Alright, how we doing, folks? Your boy Marcos over here. Y'all already know how we be is doing this. It is that Wasteland Wednesday. It's a remix edition over here. It's a little Destiny from the beta. So you can see over there as it's ever present on the damn screen where it says Destiny Beta. Just in case if you didn't notice. I'm gonna strictly keep this episode to simply just the multiplayer aspects of this game. So the PvP basically is what I'm talking about over here. The Crucible, as they call their multiplayer game mode over here. We're playing here at the Shores of Time at Matmon's Venus. This is one of the stages. There's two stages at least that I was able to play. I was able to play this and the moon. And the moon had vehicles. This one didn't. Playing this game mode, Control, I guess it's called. I don't really remember what it was called. Or the Iron. So I don't know. They had a name to it. First off, the game looks amazing. Just pretty damn impressive. I mean, you could just stay there sometimes. I'll be looking at like a planet and it'll be like 5 minutes. I'm like, man, I've been looking at this planet for like 5 minutes. Like, this thing looks pretty tough. I'm not gonna get into, you know, the whole other part of the game, the single player, the campaign, or the multiplayer, the MOBA aspects too. I'm not gonna get into that. Not now. I'm gonna post a Freestyle Friday video at some point when I get around to it. I think maybe not even too recent. Maybe I'll post a little bit later when we have some more info. I'm recording this on a Monday afternoon. Even today they dropped, you know, some leaks of how long the game might be. So I want to wait a little bit more before the dust settles on that before I talk about this. But on the multiplayer aspect, controls tight. Really enjoyed the controls. Really felt it played very smoothly. For the beta, I didn't have a single hiccup anyway. The guns, you know, there's two different ways of doing this. So you could, I guess, there's a mode where everyone can make their own classes, I believe, where everyone's like weapons are equal, and then there's like another mode where I don't even know if you make it. I didn't even play that one, so I don't know. I only played this one because I want to have, you know, being that this game's all about collecting loot and having stuff, I wanted to use my weapon. So I had the shotty to the body, and I had with my Titan, I believe that's my character over here. You get 3 different character types: Titan, Warlock, and some other guy. I don't remember what that was. Wizard. I don't know what it was. And you know, it's basically a domination kind of gameplay right here. I forget what they call it, but this one you get to bring your own gear, and that determines stuff. So everyone has like different weapons. So there was like a cat who had like these purple ball things that just kept annihilating me in like one of the matches. I was like, I don't really know. So this already has its upsides and its downsides. You know, you're gonna be able to bring your character throughout every game mode in this game, but it might be to the detriment where that, hey, if you don't have the gear that this guy has, you're not going to be able to compete with them. To a certain extent, that happens in other games, you know. Let's use Call of Duty as an example. Obviously, you know, if you haven't bought the gun, you're not going to be able to use it. And right here, I'm going to get into one of my pet peeves about the control, this jumping dynamic. Ooh. You know, to a certain extent, that happens in Call of Duty like games, for example, like that, where you have to unlock weapons, and maybe you have to be a certain level to do that. But that happens. You know, that's kind of natural of the level up in the process. This, you know, it really, like, someone can get a weapon for being a high-end boss in a single player and then bring it to multiplayer. I'm not opposed to it per se. It's just not something I'm used to, and not something I feel comfortable with when, you know, someone might be overpowered just because they've put in that work in the single player mode, which I think is fair. You know, I think it's fair. If you put in that work, you definitely deserve to have those recognition, but it's something to keep in mind when you're playing this and you're trying to play this as a competitive multiplayer experience. That's the thing. I played this, I found it entertaining, but I never saw myself this would be like the game mode that I'm going to play night in and night out. You know, I'm going to come with my boys, be like, yo, let's get on that Crucible, let's do this. Nah, and that's the vibe I got. Give you guys a little history on me and Titanfall, Jesus, and me and Destiny. I personally didn't think I was gonna enjoy this game. I didn't think at all. I was like, it's kind of I mean, it looks good. I'm gonna give it a shot, but I didn't really. And I really wanted to try the beta. It was one of the few betas that I ever really wanted to play, because I was like, I need to play this beta to see if I'm gonna have any interest in this game. So when it was closed at first, when you had a pre-order, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, man, that stinks. I was like, why would y'all do that? Like, I don't even get a chance to even try this out. I don't know. Once it opened up, which made a little more sense because you get some audience, you know, the people that pre-order. It's good to give the people pre-order a little benefit, and I'm completely for that. Give them a couple days, but then afterwards, you know, if you get it to people that didn't pre-order, so I could try to pre-order, that's a good move over here. one aspect I do like about this is the health thing, how it has like the bar on top of them. You see how the health kind of goes down. It doesn't really get in the way too much. It's pretty clear, and it kind of allows me to gauge my gunfights a little bit better. You know, when you play a game like Call of Duty, for example, you never really know when someone's about to die. You kind of have a feeling, you know, because you've put in so many shells in them, but you never fully know when they're about to die. And this kind of really helped me out over there in terms of that. And yeah, it's just, I don't play like Halo type multiplayer stuff. So my one big knock on this is this jumping mechanic, and I'm really curious to see Advanced Warfare and how that's going to be implemented, because I have a feeling that you're going to be able to do this double jump. And I was able to play it, and I was able to kill people while they're up in the air, so it wasn't too much of a detriment. But to me, it didn't feel good jumping like that. You level up is pretty cool. And this guy, I didn't use this too much. I should have used the more RB, the punch thing, because even my guy has like a more powerful punch once you like level up, because you like even level up skills and stuff, you know. So it's interesting. There's no perks, so there's no kill streaks per se, but you have your special moves and you have abilities that you get to level up later, which is very interesting. And for a beta, I think the capping it off at 8 really helped out, especially in the multiplayer, because it's not anything too crazy over here, and you can still kind of use your basic principles of first-person shooters, which was kind of what I was going on throughout this whole thing. But the jumping thing, you know, when you jump, fine, but you can double jump in the air, and that's like automatic. Like, it kind of keeps flying for a certain period of time. You can't come down, or at least I couldn't figure out how to come down. You kind of put it downwards, like the control stick down, and he kind of goes a little bit down, but not really much. He's still kind of floating in the air. So you're kind of giving yourself up when you double jump for like a couple seconds, where you're going to be floating in the air. I do not like that at all. I didn't like that at all. The other thing I didn't like was the vehicles. It just, I struggle with games, with multiplayer games that have vehicles in them. It just doesn't. And I was wondering, I was like, how did I not get anybody with that nade? It's just, it's overpowered. I mean, it's just too overpowered. There's nothing really else you can say about it. You know, I rolled up on the moon in one of the stages. I rolled up and I had like, so I wasn't doing too well. And I got into like this kind of, I don't really know what it's called. It wasn't a sparrow. It's like a tank looking thing. It's a big white thing that shoots stuff. And I went over to B and I parked it right there. And I just shot people for a couple minutes, and before we know it, I was killing it. And then I kind of looked at it, I was like, well, okay, why can't I just do this the whole time, except for I don't want to be. There's also turrets in places, which are also pretty strong to use. Obviously, you get the fact that you're stuck on a turret and someone just come pop you behind. That's a risk that you run. See right there, like that jump right there. I'm just not used to that. And it's fine, like I can shoot somebody like that, but when I do it, to me, it's just, it takes too long, I feel like, to come up and down like that. I can't do that, you know. I also had an experience with the vehicles when a teammate kind of ran into me using the vehicle that just knocked my character off to like the middle of nowhere when I was trying to aim at somebody. So that was a little bit disappointing, you know. And those aspects kind of grill me as to how I'm going to take this competitively serious, you know. It's fun, it's nice, but to me it's not that one-on-one accuracy that I want that I could get in a game like a Call of Duty, for example. It's just, you know, there's too many things going on that could bring everything awry for my taste. Let me know how you guys feel about Destiny PvP.